Hello, everyone. It's Charlton, and I wanted to just do a real quick update. The Aurora, Illinois Police Department. I think it's the Aurora Police Department that finished a press conference updating the public on the mass shooting at the Henry Pratt manufacturing facility outside Chicago by about 30 or 40 miles, where 5 people are dead. 5 people are confirmed dead, and I'm nearly certain that 5 of those, 4 of the 5 were co-workers of the shooter, who's now been identified as Gary Martin, and also the 5th was Gary Martin. He was shot and killed by police after engaging them once they got in there. I think initially 2 officers entered the facility and were met with gunfire and were shot. A total of 5 officers were wounded with gunfire. I don't know the extent of their injuries, but I believe that they were all in stable condition. Initially it was reported as 4. I don't know about the 5th, and I'm fairly certain that the 4 were in stable condition. And I don't know the circumstances of the 5th. That was announced in the press conference. So Gary Martin, who was a 20-year employee of the Henry Pratt, it's a water valve company in Aurora, Illinois, outside Chicago, like I said. It's a really old company. It's been in existence for like 118 years. Was recently laid off, I believe. I believe the Chicago Sun-Times spoke to his mother and said he was laid off 2 weeks ago. Had worked there for 20 years. This is his picture here. It's posted in multiple places on Twitter. It hasn't been put out other places, but I'm fairly certain this is his LinkedIn photo, which was removed, but some people downloaded it before it was removed from his LinkedIn profile, which is right there, valve assembler at Henry Pratt. And so, but 4 of his co-workers were killed, shot and killed. So he came there, and he seemingly was fairly well trained in using a firearm, because he was able to shoot and hit 4 or 5 officers. And the reports by eyewitnesses, somebody that spoke to ABC7, I think, the local Chicago affiliate, over the phone, who also worked there, described him walking up and down the aisles, basically shooting people that work there. We don't know which 4 people who were shot and killed, but they were his co-workers. And he had a pistol with a green laser attached to it. We don't know what kind of ammunition he had. And once, I think, it was a massive response, police response to the facility, huge facility, a really big place. Once they did engage him, locate him and engage him, they exchanged fire with him and killed him. So initially it was said he was apprehended, then it was said he was neutralized. And even in these reports in the Daily Mail and the Chicago Sun-Times that speaks to his mother, they do not indicate that he was killed. It was only in Fox News where they say the gunman was killed. So the mother of the gunman who shot up an Aurora factory Friday, killing 5 people and injuring 4 cops, said her son had been laid off 2 weeks ago and was stressed out before the incident. These details are unclear. It says killing 5 people, like he killed 5 people. I believe he killed 4 and he's the 5th, but I'm not absolutely positive. These are all very fresh. The woman who met with Aurora police Friday evening identified her son to the Sun-Times as Gary Martin. She confirmed he was dead after the incident, so he is dead. The gunman's dead. And I'm nearly certain it's 4 and he makes 5. He was way too stressed out, said the woman, who declined to give her name. The woman had met with police before, embracing relatives outside the Aurora police station and leaving Friday evening. At the news conference, Aurora Police Chief Kristen Ziman said 5 people were killed in the incident. Officials did not immediately say if any additional civilians were shot or what conditions they were in, but several were taken to the area hospitals. At this time, we are unsure of the motive of this act of violence. 4 Aurora police officers Police officers were in stable condition. Police say the shooter was neutralized after an hour-long active shooter situation. Shooting reportedly took place at the Henry Pratt Company, an 118-year-old company that makes water valves at 401 South Highland. Emergency crews originally responded to the scene around 2 p.m. There's an active shooter near Highland and Archer. This is an ongoing active scene. This is the individual who spoke to the local Chicago affiliate, I believe ABC, John Probst, who identified himself as a worker at Henry Pratt, told ABC7 the gunman worked in assembly at the company for about 15 years. It was actually 20, I believe, and came to work Friday like any other day. He said 30 people were in the building at the time of the shooting. You know, the reports are that he was laid off 2 weeks ago. That's over at the Daily Mail. I don't know if he was laid off and was, it was still, he still had a couple more weeks before he, this was his notice. The shooter was identified as 45-year-old Gary Martin. Chief of Police Kristen Zimmern said at a news conference Martin's sister told WBEZ that he had worked at Henry Pratt for about 20 years before losing his job about 2 weeks ago. So that's the sister speaking with WBEZ. And that's, I think, a radio station it is. So I'm not going to get much info there. Maybe I will. I don't know. So the gunman, 45-year-old Gary Martin of Aurora, died in the shooting. Police said it was not immediately clear whether he was among the 5 fatalities or was a sixth person who died. That's still not clear to me as well. The shooting occurred around 1:24 p.m. at Henry Pratt. A woman named Tamika Martin, who identified herself as the sister of the gunman, told WBEZ he had been working for Henry Pratt until he lost his job 2 weeks ago. She said Martin had worked there almost at least 20 years. He shot officers, so if they did shoot him and kill him, they was, I guess, defending themselves, Martin said. Today is a sad day in the city of Aurora. Aurora Mayor Richard Irvin said during a news conference. So, I'm just a little confused that if he lost his job 2 weeks ago, why was the witness, John Probst, who works there, saying he showed up there like any other day for work? And that just is not clear to me, but that's, I don't know. I just don't know. So, but that's the situation there. There may be 6 dead, 5 and the gunman, or he's one of the 5. And but it seems as though he had lost his job at the facility, and that might have been the motive. Again, this is the picture that's being posted at least 5-6 times I've seen on Twitter as the gunman, Gary Martin, and in the mass shooting at the Henry Pratt manufacturing facility in Aurora, Illinois, just outside Chicago. And that is the story there. That is the story there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I will see you in the next video. Later, man.